Very impressed with Kamaru Usman. Very exciting. I don't want to hear anybody say that Kamaru's a boring fighter, because he's not. Okay, and of course, matchups create exciting fights. The matchup with Colby Covington, fighting with a broken or a fractured jaw, whatever. What was fractured or broken? Was it finally decided? His man.
You know, I guess technically it isn't a fracture, but who knows what surgically he'll need or what he's going to need. But I guess at last I heard, they said it was an erroneous report that there was a fracture.
Gotcha. Well, either way, to even fight with any kind of damage to the jaw with these 4-ounce gloves, 5-ounce gloves that they use, and going at it the way those two went at it, you know what? I am not a fan of Colby's trash talking, but I am a fan of Colby's fighting, and I do like Colby. I get along great with Colby when I see him. The man's a warrior, and he's a true mixed martial artist in every definition of the word. That fight was just nonstop, go for it all, you know. Pure six. It was just a real pure six. Skilled, highly skilled mixed martial arts.
Here, the way that he's done it doesn't get any better than that, really. But then Adesanya being the champion, and then you know, beating Whitaker in the way that he did, that classic against Gastelum, the fact that he's been undefeated, the fact that, you know, he's done amazing things in the last 2 years, and now really took it up in yet another notch this year. And as a legitimate superstar in the UFC, it's hard to go against one of those guys. I mean, right now I'd be leaning towards Adesanya.
Start fighting. When did I ever stop fighting? You know, I never stopped fighting. I was offered Colby Covington before he fought Usman. Colby said no. I was offered some other fights. They said no. I never said no, by the way. Never said no to Leon. Never said no to anything. I didn't like the location. But sometimes we don't control everything. We're not in control, so you might see me in London. You might catch your body over there. But anyway, I think maybe the London card guys. I don't know for sure. I know UK in here because y'all excited about me potentially coming over there. But at the end of the day, if you're a Leon Never fan, you might not be too excited about what happened afterwards because he gonna get f***ed up. So I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen what happened after I lost a fight. The next person got dismantled and knocked out. So I don't give a fuck about this fight. Just keep moving it back on. Potentially, maybe, probably, we'll see in the next day or so. Just keep checking the internet. You might get a little Christmas gift. None of with me, Dana. I haven't talked to Dana in a while, so I ain't got no smoke with Dana.
What did you think of Usman's performance?
I thought it was good, man. His cardio is amazing. Both their cardio is amazing, and I was really surprised that they sat there and they stood up and punched each other in the face the whole time. I was expecting a little bit more wrestling, but it was a fun fight to watch.
When you're watching that, are you sizing him up? Are you saying, okay, you know, this is how I would fare against him. This is how I would fight him. This is how far along I am. You know, this is how close I am to fighting someone like him.
I'm gonna say I'm sizing him up. You know what I mean? I was just looking at it for the entertainment. You know, I know my next fight's not going to be against him, so I'm not really focused on what he's doing. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to see and scout the people that I might be fighting next.
To the crib, to the workout room, baby. Getting them miles, studying them fights, studying myself. Always working. February 15th, be ready.
people that do not know, you were scheduled to fight Frankie on, what date was that?
January 25, so 1 month.
So 1 month from now. So if things would have went well with Frankie, let's say it was the other way around, he took him right out, you'd probably still be fighting Frankie, I'd imagine, right? If he wasn't hurt.
I would imagine. I think that's kind of what the whole deal was supposed to be, is that Frankie was supposed to fight if he came out okay, and I think he hurt himself. I think he maybe hurt something in his eye, I heard, or something, but yeah, he's not able to fight anymore. So
where does this put you? Where does this put you right now? Is there any options of people, his name's being talked about? Is there anybody specifically you want?
Well, I think Cejudo kind of has to figure out what he's doing first, because I said that I want a really high-profile fight. So it was either like Frankie or Cruz or someone that was in that top tier of people. So now that Frankie's out, I would really still love to fight Cruz. I think Cruz is still waiting to see what Henry's going to do, though, because Henry's just taking a sweet time kind of deciding who he wants to fight. I know that he said that he wants to fight Aldo now, but I don't really know if UFC is going to do that. I really don't know what's going on, but I think Cruz is still going to need a fight, and I think that me and him probably would be one of the best fights I think that the UFC has maybe ever made, which would be cool.
Couple guys out there that pretty much, if Max and Alex Volkanovski are going to rematch each other, then it's trying to decide who's the next guy that the fans and Dana and everyone want to see me fight in order to just kind of climb my way back up and prove myself again, and it's that, I know you have Zabit up there, you have Korean Zombie right there, and then everyone else is Jose and Frankie moved down pretty much to 35. Besides him coming to save this card.
Right.
So it's really just sitting there and weighing your options and looking at who is the right fight to go for it. And
We had Trump in the building for that fight.
Yeah.
And, I called Bernie Sanders over the microphone. It wasn't to Joe when Joe put the mic in my hand, but it was when the camera got up in my face. And, usually the guys, they'll say, like, shout out to my mom or, shout out to the people back home, whatever. I shouted at Bernie Sanders.
And that's how you handle that post-fight interview, too.
And they muted it. Like, it didn't get played over air. So then he reached out to me about it. I went to, like, a little town meeting or whatever, got to meet him. Like, he was cool. And then he reached and he was like, I really like that kid. Like, let's have him speak a little bit. I was nervous as going into it because that's not what we do. You know what I mean?
The man himself, here.
He gave a great speech. He's a great fighter. Let's see him fight in Brooklyn.
Boom.
They all seem to really like it, so I'm trying to make moves.
It went well, didn't it?
Yeah, and look, the UFC, they always had ties with Trump. Like I said, Trump was at the fight. Dana's real good friends with him and all that. And Trump just got impeached. So I don't know if he's going to win this next election. It's looking like it's going to be Bernie. And if the UFC want to have a little bit of political control in there, they need to holler at your boy.